Welcome back to some more NaCl DnD. Last time we
I
messed
did
this
11.
up. Yep.
I did 11.
You made Danny cry a little.
Yeah, so we're going to start this off immediately. I want all of you to roll me, let's say a d10.
Yeah, okay. Sky, look.
Oh no, dope.
Oh fuck!
Dope.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Christ.
Does Sky get to roll 2?
Do I?
Huh.
I feel like statistically this might be the best outcome for Danny.
I rolled a
So-
1 as well.
Getting all of our bad rolls out of the way.
So, 3, 5, 9.
What? How did we roll a 1, a 2, a 2, and a 3?
And a 1
Bad.
And a 1.
times the multiplier. So, last time after Gineye committed a war crime, I'm adding it.
No, why?
Because it makes it so dealing a significant chunk of damage to all of the enemy forces. Crit, would you like to now know the total of how many enemies you killed?
Oh, now question: is this going on my war crime trial?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What's the kill count?
73%
Cool. Of what?
The
of
enemy
their
forces.
entire army.
Yeah, but what's the number?
That's just the percentage, my dude.
Oh, okay. Can't be tried for a war crime if they don't know how many people you've genocided.
I feel like that might not be a true statement.
5 spheres.
What?
You killed
5
5
spheres.
planets worth of people.
5 planets
Cool.
with people.
Cool. And Ghost, you'd think that.
5 out of the 12 they ate. Cool.
Is anyone going to point out that 5 divided by 12 is not 73%?
Some of the
You
planets
took
went for
out the-
populace.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you got the big ones.
Yeah, some of the planets were for resources.
Pog champion.
But so now, going with that, we have to decide now on how you guys would like to proceed.
Is she even going to attack now?
You don't know.
I'm just slightly overwhelmed at... Hey, Gineye committed a war crime.
What do you mean?
Again.
It's not even new. Hey,
I know, it's just, that's a lot.
didn't we have to go let a dude out of a cage and give him his wings back?
That was brought up.
Yeah,
Dog?
dog.
Dog?
I don't know what he's barking about.
He wants to play D&D.
He
Roll him
would
a
eat
character.
things. He would eat things and you know.
Yeah.
So does Turtle. What is the problem?
We're okay. We unless things have changed, we're in a room with all the primordials. I don't know
Yeah.
where we are, but we're there.
You're probably somewhere in the tree.
I thought we were in the ribcage because we all had a meeting.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
we
meeting
were still in the
ribcage.
No, it was the ribcage. It was.
You
I remember secure location.
Well,
know, I should get my
somewhat
notebook
secure.
out.
What do we do now? Like,
It's a good question.
Celebrate?
do we have Jemima's coin? Whose coins are we missing?
Does my coin disappear out of my other me? Because the future me
Yes.
got it removed?
There was only one coin the entire time.
Yeah, the coins are a specifically magical item, so they do.
Okay, I was just curious
Disappear.
because we had time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, but you're not. So, okay, let's wait.
Douche.
It was in the body that you are right now. It was in you. You died, it went into your mannequin body. Came out of mannequin body, this body was brought back to life. It hasn't had the coin since then anyways.
The
Okay.
coins cannot deactivate, so it never went back to you.
So
Am I
basically,
just normal halfling now, or
Yeah, you're just a normal old freak.
okay? Then, like, did it change anything?
Does it count for you? Because technically, this version of you didn't do it.
I think it's funnier if it doesn't help her.
I mean, then you're just back to being the normal girl that you've always wanted to be.
Cool. Moving on.
That
Hey!
works.
I think the only ones we're missing were the ones that we had to go search for, kind of a thing. Like everything the party had is activated then.
Where's the golden mask dudes? Where they been?
Well, 3 of them are dead.
Yeah.
We did do some murdering.
And
Well, no,
the
2
one who
are
messed us
dead.
up, the one who
One's
messed us up was
locked up.
one of them. The lady who killed everyone was one of them.
Yeah.
And she was the last because she was pissed that we killed the other 2.
Technically, she was just mad that you killed her commander.
Okay, so she's the only one left.
No.
No.
Out of the dawn, you know there were... Okay, so there is your alternate.
Yep.
Yes.
There was the commander, the bow, the commander's apprentice, the caster.
Did we re-kill the guy with the crossbow that we kidnapped?
You're not really sure what happened to him.
He got
the last one.
he got
we knew his soul
revived, and
got
then we kind of just left
revived.
him alone.
Yeah. The last one was the demonic sword.
Okay, didn't we have to charge a box?
What?
We had to
I mean,
charge
we
a
did
box.
charge one. We did the.
Yeah,
Or didn't I
Shadowfell.
have the charged box from the other dimension?
Charge a box.
So you had to go to the
The-
primordial planes and charge it, and to go to the weapon or something. The god killer monster.
Yeah, you charged it with the primordials. So you use them to charge it, basically.
What the fuck are we doing?
I think
I
you're
don't
missing
know.
2 sides. Or no, you're missing 1 side.
Which
One side, a what?
1 side looks like the sun.
the light.
Eh.
Because as a note, there are 6 elemental planes.
I shake the nearest primordial. What were we doing, and what do we need to do right now?
I thought we were prepping for an immediate attack.
Okay, yeah, and we just blew up our army.
I mean, not all of it, but like, I feel like tossing the prep for the attack might be not a good idea. You might want to still be sort of prepared.
Okay.
We made it less likely it would happen. but-
Yeah. Okay, so the thing that I remember is they infiltrated Sylvan's stand. They had shapeshifter dudes, and they had dogs roaming the streets.
And they had people in the tree.
So we
You
need
also specifically remember the alphas.
an alpha. So we need a way to detect. We need a detection system.
Okay.
Which actually there's a spell. There's a spell. It's like magic stone or something. Like literally magic stone. Range spell. No, that's the slingshot thing. There,
Yeah.
it's you imbue rocks and you can make computers with them.
Fuck.
It's a spell. They can do basic functions. And I'm gonna Google it, but theoretically, I think we could set up a detection system with that.
Okay.
Where basically magic mouth? I think that's it.
No, Magic Mouth just makes a space where it can start saying a recorded message.
Play message with an object in range. Message are one trigger. Yeah. When a trigger condition is met, choose an object you see. It's an if statement basically. You choose an object that you can see within is warm or carried by another creature, then speak the message, which must be 25 words or less, though it can be delivered over as long as 10 minutes. Finally, determine the circumstance that will trigger the spell to deliver the message. So we could theoretically have like everybody in Sylvan stand set up a bunch of things, a bunch of these magic mouth systems that are set to, because the singing stops conscious perception, right? It wouldn't they can still interact with the environment. They don't turn off the concept of physics. So if creature is in range, say alarm, a statement basically.
Okay.
Now the issue is we need to capture one and see if the magic mouths can detect them.
Okay.
Where can we go to capture one?
Can you link the spell quick?
It's magic mouth, and I don't know how to link it into chat.
Let me look at the spell quick.
You implant a message with an object in range. The message that is uttered when a trigger condition is met. Choose an object you see and that isn't being worn or carried by another creature. Then speak the message, which must be 25 words or less, though it can be delivered as long as 10 minutes. Finally, determine the circumstance that will trigger the spell to deliver your message. When that circumstance occurs, a magic mouth appears on the object and recites the message in your voice at the same volume you speak. If the object you choose is a mouth or something that looks like a mouth, for example, the mouth of a statue, the magical mouth appears there so that the words appear to come from the object's mouth. When you cast a spell, you can have the spell end after it delivers its message, or it can remain and repeat its message whenever the trigger occurs. The triggering circumstance can be as general or as detailed as you like, but it must be based on visible or audible conditions that occur within 30 feet of the object. For example, you can instruct the mouth to speak when any creature moves within 30 feet or the object or when a silver bell rings within 30 feet of it.
I just love the idea that like a random like fleshy mouth shows up on a rock.
What we could do is the opposite. We instead of it being a inclusion list, we could do an exclusion list, where if we give everyone in Sylvan Stand a identifying mark, and make the instruction: anytime a creature lacking this mark enters 30 feet, repeat the message alarm.
Okay. I mean, do you think you can organize that many people that fast?
I mean, we have magic and gods. I think we can make a backstage pass for everyone real quick.
I mean, everyone is prepping for battle and stuff, so people should be either out or all safe in one location, kind of a thing. We have a large number of spellcasters. I don't know what it takes to...
It's a level
cast
2
this.
spell that can be learned by artificers, bards, and wizards.
Oh yeah, then we should be pretty okay. That's a fair number of...
It does cost 10 GP per cast.
So everyone pays for their own ID.
Well, okay, so here's the issue. You'd need theoretically several times more of these per person in Sylvan Stand. If you think about it. Sylvan Stand, if we assume okay, hold on. Danny, how big is Sylvan Stand?
The stones?
For the stones. Each stone costs 10 gold per. So it does get a little expensive. However, this is Sylvan Stand, where a bunch of wealthy people live. Danny, how big is Sylvan Stand compared to like other cities? Is it a big city? Is it a small city? Is it just the tree in the outlying area?
Basically, the tree in the outlining area.
So
It's not huge.
I mean, what is their capability of getting in? Do they have... They could portal in.
Yeah.
we know the tree is the target. I mean, we could just fill the tree, and it's like
Give me 2 seconds of opening Google Maps quick.
So here's the
odds
thing.
of them.
Here's the thing. It's a 30-foot radius in all directions. We could cover the ground, but then that would leave all of the airspace. But at least it would cover... We would theoretically want to put it 30 feet
I mean, the
off
dogs
the
don't
ground.
float.
The dogs don't float, but they do go on roofs. And branches and anything else they can walk on. So we
Well, I mean, so ideally we would put them, like, on
30
the
feet off the
second
ground.
story.
30 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Because 30 feet down, 30 feet up. Right? I'm not stupid, right?
Yeah, we would kind of want to
30 yeah.
scatter them. We'd want some on, like, ground level in case they're tunneling. We'd want some on the higher elf. Like, we don't need a perfect 100%
Well, no,
net. We just can't let them have a wander path to get all the way through and spread out. Like, as long as there are several spots where there's no way to pass kind of a thing, then we're fine.
Okay.
Like,
because
if there's one in the tree, we know they're in town.
The second utility of Magic Mouth is that it can interact with other Magic Mouths. That's why you can make a computer out of Magic Mouth. Because you have one statement feed into another statement. You can literally make a computer with Magic Mouth. Now, one thing is that the thing that makes them immune to perception is auditory. So actually, that's a good point. Maybe we could just... If it does just affect, like, sentient beings, we could probably just tune it to their song. And their song probably goes further than 30 feet.
Some tuned to the song, some tuned to the animal.
Yeah, and then the thing is, if that's the
Because what
case,
if they're not singing?
That's thought process. Deafen the spell, or mute. The spell that makes it so everything's quiet. Silence? Silence.
Yeah.
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. So what we could do is put glyphs of warding. We put a glyph of warding with silence on it every so often in the system. So that when the alarm goes off, the glyph of warding's condition is... Let me see. Seal the glyph. The glyph can cover an area. The spell's glyph is near invisible. You decide what triggers the glyph when you cast a spell. For glyphs described on a surface, most typical triggers include touching or standing on the glyph, or moving on, blah, 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 blah. But you can make it whatever. So, when Gineye says the word alarm within 30 feet of you, activate the trigger, or 10 feet, or whatever the range is. And so, that then casts a bubble of silence that would then theoretically, if it is sound-based, how they make your, how they make you unable to perceive them, it would basically just be a giant bubble where all of a sudden you can see this monster.
That adds up.
Yeah?
Yeah?
It would be really expensive. But it is a thing we could do. Alternatively,
If it
we could
prevents
just have...
us from losing the god of nature...
Alternatively, granted, we don't have to pay for it, maybe. Alternatively, we could just have people set up at checkpoints at areas of importance near alarms with the spell silence ready to go. Bards, clerics, and rangers can all learn it. We're in a god's domain. There's clerics.
Also
Yeah.
warlocks.
Like, I definitely say we should set up the entire detection network in the tree, because the tree is not huge. Like,
And that's what we could double up if there's hallways. We could close all unneeded hallways.
I would like all of you to roll a history check for me.
Let's see, there's no character sheet.
Fuck you, I roll a 7.
I am stupid.
Yeah,
You are
Apparently not
literally the
today.
only one who rolled good. What do you mean?
Dawn.
Uh,
Something because it was such a traumatic thing for you.
yeah.
You remember the alphas, how big they were, this just the sheer size comparison.
hmm
You remember that they weren't inside the tree.
They did not go inside the tree.
They did not go inside the tree. They could
So
not
something
fit.
else killed Sylvanas.
Yeah, we
The
never
entire thing was
saw-
traumatic, Lay. The entire thing was traumatic.
We never saw the actual fight with Sylvanas.
I got eaten, remember?
Or even
So it
Or
was
Eden.
probably an assassin then with god-killing metal.
So we
Hey,
stationed
you know
people
no,
there.
hey, you know what's great? We can take Ghost's idea of lining the tree with alarms and just set it to god-killing metal instead of dogs. We have a double system. Inside the tree, god-killing metal. Close all hallways that aren't needed so there's just the one pathway. We can minimize how many we need inside. Then outside, we set up the dog net, which that's its name now. It's the dog net.
The dog. Okay.
The dog catchers.
I like that, actually.
Ooh.
I like that. And then literally, we just have squads. We set patrol squads where there is someone in the core who uses silence, and then they have big beefy men who fuck the dog up when it's revealed, and they're the dog catchers.
Here's a question. Since we can put this on stones, can we
Anything,
just
actually.
give each walking guardsman both stones, so whenever they walk within 30 feet of something, then we don't need a huge net. We
I
just
believe it
need
says they can't move.
patrols.
Choose an object you've seen that isn't being worn or carried by another creature.
Okay, it cannot move. Okay, I was gonna say, because otherwise we'd have
that
moving
debates.
No.
No, that debates. That debates. I cast that on a rock. Can someone then pick that rock up and then take it with them? Danny.
why not?
You just can't do it to. Basically, that's just a
You
thing
can't
there
put it
to
on
say
your
you can't use it in
clothes.
combat. Basically,
Hmm.
you can't put it on someone's helmet and to make it call them a cuck every round in combat.
It's a pretty strong.
Or if we had,
weapon.
like, golems walking around.
I
Cast
mean,
it on
no,
the golem.
I liked Ghost's idea of we
Yeah.
give every patrolling squad has a magic mouth set to detecting dogs.
hmm
Because it doesn't do much good being able to see the dog if there's no one who would fight the dog able to see them.
Now the
So,
issue is Magic Mouth has here's the issue. Magic Mouth
we just give them the
has a
silence rocks, and then the magic mouth should be.
No, you
crap.
can't. There's no such thing as a silence rock
Oh.
because Glyph of Warning specifically can't move.
Hmm.
The issue comes in Magic Mouth has a range of 30 feet. Silence has a range of 20. So you have a 2/3 chance that, granted, okay,
So
If you-
50% of the spell's bubble will not show the dog, but then you at least know the dog is within 20 to 30.
but then
feet
your
of you.
alarm turns off. If you cast it on yourself, your alarm turns off. Because it's an auditory alarm.
Hmm.
Because you can't make magic. Unfortunately, there's no such spell as magic LED instead of magic mouth. I was really
All right,
hoping
well,
there was a way to translate.
We need to have a talk with Ember about some inventing of new spells after this.
Okay,
but
Here's the thought: if they're
Well,
patrolling, and they're walking into something, and then it goes off, it's probably in the 30 feet in front of you.
yeah, it's the direction that unless it's sneaking up behind you quickly. But yeah, I mean, they could always just cast silence. If they don't see it, they uncast silence, and if the alarm's still going off,
So, okay, here's the issue. Silence, the spell, is it's a verbal somatic spell. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible inside silence. If you cast it on yourself, you can't have someone else cast another one. So what if Operation Dogcatcher it can have clerics. What if it's 4 clerics who are in solid gear, and they cast basically a bubble on the 4 directionals around them anytime the alarm goes off. So it stops right in front of them, so 20 feet out from them, in front of them, in that way. It would be, the thing is, silence does not have any cost associated with it. It is a free to cast spell. Its concentration up to 10 minutes. Additionally, this would give you more area to fight it in case it tried to run away out of the silence bubbles. And then there are clerics with big sticks. The issue there is, it was just alphas attacking, right?
No.
There were normal dogs in the mix. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Wanna make sure.
alphas buffed the normals.
Okay, so yeah, they can probably take a normal dog if it's like 4v1.
So, Dawn,
Yeah.
no, I feel like you all are forgetting one major thing about the alphas.
Please tell.
I want you guys to try to remember what they did.
They eated people and used their voices.
I will let you know right now, from Dawn's roll, Dawn was at least 40 feet away from this thing and clearly able to see it.
That is
The
true.
alpha
True,
stopped them from singing?
No, they like dropped all pretense of hiding with the alphas. maybe.
Once the attack started, yeah.
True.
But they were in town for a while. Also, I can't copy-paste
What do the alphas do? Do they like mess with our magic or
Dawn?
something?
Yeah.
They suck up spell slots! They suck up spell slots!
You specifically remember that it had its mouth forced open.
That's right.
I guess I should say those weren't alphas. Technically, you don't know what those were. You have seen alphas where alphas were a little bit bigger. Alphas are probably about double the size of a looming. Whatever the fuck Dawn saw was double the size of an alpha.
So, excusing my inability to size things correctly, that's basically Operation 4-Man Silence Bubble.
Basically, an alpha or a looming is a medium, an alpha is a large. Whatever the hell this thing is a huge.
And it was just walking around town?
There were multiples of them climbing on the tree. They were making really good use of having thumbs. Let's just say that. Now, an alpha was the one that made it so you couldn't see them. Dawn, with your roll, I will let you know.
Mhm.
Alphas have a white pigment, and you saw none of them having a white pigment to them.
So how are they sneaking around town beforehand, then? Or were they
Did
not? Did they
invisibility
just portal
spells?
in? Did they literally just portal in an entire army?
Did they?
If there were...
Welcome to the War Council episode, everyone.
Okay, so hold up. If there wasn't... Okay. Given that Dawn does not remember seeing any of the alphas, she only saw the giant ones and little ones. So there was no hiding. So everything we just discussed was irrelevant.
Well, we have a cool system. Should we ever need that again? So
Here's the thing: you don't know what they did. You just remember that you were knocked out, and when you came back too, the dogs were there.
True.
Hmm.
I think it's still worth setting up the entire system in the tree.
Yeah.
Do the god metal and the dogs in the tree, because like the tree is the major focal point. Maybe they're going to be wandering around town for a little bit beforehand, and then like give everyone like a flare spell. Anything they see wrong, they shoot up a flare, and then people can respond.
Ghost.
First thing they do.
Ghost. That line of thinking. Roll a.
I'm sure we have gunpowder. Like set off a
Roll a history plus your charisma.
right.
He just want you to fucking get a good... Alright, what's your charisma mod, Ghost?
2.
17!
Just because you're talking
That's
about kind of a spell thing there. Ghost. It triggers in your head. Whatever the hell those things were. They shut off all forms of light. Anything within their aura could not produce any radiant abilities.
So could
Your
we
light
detect
system-
so like, okay, so we make it a sound flare system where it just
Wait,
makes
wait,
noise.
wait.
And then
Well,
we
yeah,
detect
that comes back to
absence
screaming alarm.
of radiant energy with the mouth.
Okay, but here's the issue with that. If they're not invisible, what do we need a detection system for?
In case they're stealthily killing off people.
But
we
if they're not okay, hold up. Idea. If they turn off all light, what are like you said, there's sound, which Magic Mouth does sound. I could just scream really loud into the Magic Mouth.
Wait, the Magic Mouths can detect conditions.
Literally any trigger.
Can we make the trigger if something dies within their range?
Yes.
Because then we'd know when things were there. It's not the
Everybody gets a
nicest
Magic
way
Mouth.
for
Everyone
us.
gets a Magic Mouth that it's life alert. Everyone gets a fucking life
Everyone
alert.
gets a life alert. It's not preventing, it's
alarming.
alerting. Yeah.
So we know where they're coming from, and then we can have a
It's
funny.
the number
then we
one
can have a
failing
funny,
of every like Metal Gear villain and stuff. They don't have a heartbeat monitor on their guys. So they don't know when they've been knocked out or killed.
And then we have a funny event, a funny scary event where we're holding at a defensive point, and all of a sudden we just hear slowly coming towards us as everyone dies. I'm not saying it'd be a bad idea. It would tell us they're coming. It would help know where they're coming from to rally when they show up. Yes, that's a good one. Keep that one.
And we also
Life
know
alert.
they actually did have targets, like taking out the tree and stuff, so I'm sure we can like use that knowledge to let them know to reinforce.
Life alert badges. I've written it down. Okay, now, counterpoint. Why is Danny rolling a wisdom save?
It's just a wisdom check.
No reason. Continue.
What?
But
it's an 11.
Just ignore that roll.
See, now I want to fireball the ground I'm standing on because there's someone listening to us.
Who knows?
I mean, it's not the kids, because the kids
It's
are literally in the room.
It's metagaming, but Danny shouldn't have rolled that publicly.
It wasn't supposed to roll publicly.
Imagine. Hey, Danny, I'm going to roll a history check.
Okay.
Is that enough to remember that, that what's his name? The one kid got replaced with a spy, and we didn't even notice? So there might be more spies around.
I assumed we noticed before this, so it's back to Joe.
What one kid?
Joe.
Joe.
Is that after the fight?
No, that was before.
Yeah, it was before. We figured out Joe wasn't Joe.
And he was an
earlier
assassin
when we were
pretending to be
messing
Joe.
around
There
with
was
the
two
tunnels.
Joes in the car, so we didn't fucking notice for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Does Jemima still have True Sight?
It's not True Sight, it's Magic
Sight.
Detection Sight.
Does Zuradar still have True Sight?
Yes?
Hey, turn on your True Sight.
Why?
Just do it.
Okay.
Are there a bunch of looming in the room with us about to eat us?
No. You do see a bright ball of light above you, though, Sky.
Hmm.
Eat it.
Touch it.
Does it remind me of the things that I've heard about the scrying spell?
Roll an Arcana. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Hey, we're being scryed on. Everyone shut your mouth.
Hi!
Does anyone have any anti-scrying abilities?
Hey, Jemima. Can you do that thing where you're magic eyes and get details about the scry?
I mean, yeah, I can... Like, I don't think it would tell me more than, like...
if you turn it on, you can see it. Then you can cast Identify on it. You will be
Okay.
able to see what you're casting Identify.
Okay,
on.
let me do that. Let me do that.
Does it seem like it's looking at a specific person?
No, it's watching the entire room.
Cool.
You can see this where the room is kind of dark before you activated the crown. When you turn it on, everything got illuminated.
Okay.
So everything in this thing's light, it can see and hear.
Can I try doing what Crit said about looking at it with my magic eyes and then trying to
Yeah.
cast Identify on it?
As soon as you turn your magic eyes, you see this pitch black orb.
Ah.
And the room is much darker.
Is it supposed to be making the room dark?
Are you casting Identified on?
That's what
Do
I was
it.
told to do.
Do it.
Do you need ups, Jemima?
I do need ups.
Roll a intelligence saving throw.
Places halfling
Fuck
on
yeah,
others.
do it.
I'm terrible at that. Well, never mind. Every time I say I'm terrible at something, it proves me wrong today.
As you watch as you go to reach up to the orb, you watch as like the shadows around you shift. And as you reach and actually touch the orb disappears.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a detect off.
Does it disappear from me too?
Yes.
Well, it's gone.
Exactly. I broke it.
Hey, there's still a magic market outside. Are they here yet?
They don't arrive till tomorrow.
But I mean, there's a magic market outside.
It will be in full swing tomorrow, yes.
But there is a regular, always here magic market outside, right?
A minor one, kind of?
Cool. I walk outside. I'm gonna go buy some uncommon magical items.
Like what?
Oh, the amulet of non-detection. Sorry,
Did I get my
the
ring
amulet
back
of proof
from you?
against detection and location.
Kurt, did I get my ring back? The one that prevents me from having people.
I
read my
run up,
thoughts?
grab your hand, shove it in my mouth, and when your mouth
Hey,
when your hand comes
you
out, there's a
slimy,
ring on it.
slimy!
And when
Slimy!
it comes out, there's a ring on it.
How many are you buying?
How many people are in the cart?
I wiped my hand on Zuradar.
About you, the party, the kids, the bony boys, the
5,
primordials.
15, probably like 18-ish.
Problem.
Crit roll an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Or no, Arcana. Arcana.
Let me just quickly find. Jemima!
One.
Jemima!
What?
You left without your party. You're like, you think for a second, it's like, oh, yeah, no, it's just in the cart. I have to get everyone protected. Oh, God.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing that stops an area from being scried.
But in a pocket dimension?
Okay, you can scry in pocket dimensions. I think there's specifically
Can you?
scry.
You know the spell. Look at it.
Which rope trick? You want me to cast
Dawn-
rope trick, motherfucker?
Dawn knows the spell.
What? What? Hang on, let me look.
You've done scrying. I will allow you to roll an Arcana.
I have done scrying before. I got my butt kicked because somebody had a non-detection spell.
Yeah, Eden's also in the cart. You
Yeah.
can just ask Eden
Done.
how, you know.
Yeah.
Read the spell and confirm if you have to be on the same plane as the target.
Pretty sure you do.
Dun dun dun! They were inside the cart all along.
I mean, they does tell us they've come over from the Shadowfell to our plane. Choose things on the same plane of existence. So
yeah.
then,
Talking
hold
about
up,
encounter
no,
plane?
hold up. Then the ribcage is in a different plane.
So whoever was scrying on us is inside the rib cage.
Or
When it-
inside the same dimension the ribcage.
It's a pocket
inhabits.
dimension, which is only share
Oh.
space with what's his name?
with Monty's room.
Is Monty spying on us?
Yeah, when the spell disappeared, Danny, did anyone in the room kind of
Dawn, with the 17?
Yeah.
No. With the 17, I will let you know. Technically, the plane is tied to a physical object.
His ribcage, so it counts. Okay.
So, Dawn, put 2 and 2 together.
Sky, if they flinched from us dispelling the spell, they were in the ribcage with us. They won't need the spell. They were listening. If they were in the room.
Yeah.
Guy, put 2 and 2 together.
I was being scryed on, question mark? I don't
Yes.
know. Okay. Should I just leave? I'll just leave. I'll go outside.
Go get some ice cream.
I'll just go get some ice cream and sit in the middle of the street until I get hit by a meteor.
So the one big thing they know is that they know we have life alert badges. Of all the things they could have known about, to be fair, the life alert badges are kind of minimum.
I mean,
So-
at least the good news, they won't be killing any of our people as they
Putting
move
that
through town.
together, if you had to get an amulet of non-detection, Sky's the only one who need it.
Well, I wasn't there. I don't know that. I'm pacing in front of the opening to the cart, trying to figure out
So
how.
you
Would
see-
I know that?
so
Would
you
I know
see
that?
me-
You would know that, Dawn.
I'm
So
gonna
Crit, you see
bust
me
out the
walk
door.
out.
I'm gonna go out
Okay.
the door.
How am I gonna get?
We just
20
need one. We need one for Zuradar.
You see me with 20 pairs of hands counting my fingers. Oh, that makes it way easier.
Because they
200
can
gold.
scry
bud.
on Zuradar.
What, Danny?
200 gold.
Not too bad.
Yeah, okay. I walk over to the amulet merchant who's conveniently next to where the cart is. Hey, you got an amulet of protection from detection of location?
He pulls one out.
I hand him 200 gold.
He's like, okay.
Hey, Zuradar, put this fucking necklace on.
Why?
It'll stop people from scrying on you.
What the fuck,
Oh.
Percy?
Okay.
He's not even here. Why are you talking to him?
Because Danny's an issue. Okay, I'll put it on.
Your ribcage
Do I need to
explodes out.
attune?
I didn't say attune, I don't think.
No, it's aware.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Detection. Wondrous items neck.
Neck.
You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through scrying sensors.
Yeah.
This does not open the thing you'd expect it to.
Well, I can tell you right now that is not whatever it was that Eden used that knocked me on my butt.
Okay.
think
Now
you
that
just
we
kinda
know, now that
magic
we
tag
go
you.
back into the cart. Okay, so now that they know that we can use magic mouth, they're probably gonna send anti-magic shit in, yeah?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know how long they were listening or...
Okay. New idea. Polymorph lets you turn into an animal but then you can't cast a spell while polymorphed. We would need someone like Eden who can true shape. Or wild
I mean,
shape.
so with polymorph, can that be done on inanimate objects?
No.
True polymorph can.
I'm just saying, like,
That's a
can
little
we
mind spell
do
there.
something to
And
objects
true
that then
polymorph is
gets
expensive.
undone by the anti-magic aura?
So
that
here's
lets
my
us
thought.
know?
Here's my thought. Another, and I look around just to confirm there's no one scrying us right now, right? Zuradar, Jemima.
Do I see any new orbs?
Room's clean.
We're
Room's
good.
Okay.
clean. We're good.
Another-
and you also look in the shadows. There's no looming hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, we're good. We're clean.
Okay, so another thing that you could do with a system that talks to itself, like two magic mouths in a link. What you can do is set up a relay. Have one start, make this noise. Have one receive the condition of, if this noise, make this noise. Another one receives, if this noise, make this noise. And you basically have a chain where if any one of them is turned off, the system stops. And so what you can do is put monitors every so often on a chain that if condition, basically if this noise stops, make this noise. Basically, you make rock 1 go ah, rock 2 goes if ah, make ah, and then rock 3 goes if ah, make ah. But then next to rock 3, you have a rock that goes if make ah. So basically, if rock 3 ever doesn't hear ah, it goes ah. And so you can make an alarm every so often in a chain. So if a chain goes off, if a chain breaks, every alarm from the break up would go off. So, if
and you just
now,
follow the alarms back, and it gets you to the edge of the alarm. Yeah.
where the break is, basically. Now, couple that with life alert badges. They're going to think they can come in with anti-magic. They walk into the first chain, it goes off, all of a sudden the alarm net's going off.
Sounds solid to me.
It's a simple modification you can do on top of the dog system. Basically, you just add alarm nodes every so often. Where
we basically bait and switched them so that now they're expecting our original plan.
Who the fuck is intelligence rolling?
Let me guess, that was something that was supposed to be rolled behind the scenes and it got up again.
Yeah, this character's being fucky.
How are they hearing us?
They're not. I'm letting you guys talk about your own things. I'm doing notes.
Okay, so what that just... Okay. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that. Because my gut would tell me that's them thinking how many fucking steps of, well, they know this, so they'll do this, so I'll do this, but they'll know I'll do this, so I'll do this. I'm going to ignore that.
Teleport behind you, but you teleport behind me,
I'm going to ignore that and be the big brain of assuming they're going to do 3 steps ahead. Like, they're going to do the 3 steps thing so that step 2 actually beats step 3 or whatever the fucking stupid shit is. I'm going to ignore that because, oh my god, I can't handle this.
You're just going like crazy, insane paranoid over here. You
remember his backstory about how he was tortured by people in power, right?
Gineye has needed a therapist since the moment we met him.
I also just absorbed War World me.
Yeah. You're kind of just a mess.
I need a lot of therapy. Okay.
You know, in all those tens of thousands of souls that you have inside the ball, I'm sure a few are therapists.
If they are, they're from fucking medieval France. They'd tell me to get some leeches.
I mean, he's got Axie.
That's not true.
He's got Axie.
Okay.
I'm telling you to get the frogs.
Okay. What the fuck is a prog? You mean the people from Prague?
No, frogs.
Oh. Okay.
You attach them to your toes and they suck off all the scum.
That actually sounds kind of nice.
It's just in. Gineye is a freak.
I mean, like, you scrub, you know, it's like a foot cleanser, but like if you were a shark and had a little scum sucker dude stick to you and eat your parasites.
Okay, so I'm going to be listening. You guys are free to discuss
okay.
if you have questions.
So, we set up the dog catcher net, where we set up the net of magic mouths that detect dogs. We also set up a second loose net inside the dog net. Well, no, hold up. No, we don't do the dog net because we don't need it because they're not invisible. And they'd expect that. Because they heard us talk about the dog net. We set up Operation Life Alert because it's just actually a good thing to always fucking have. Like, it's just always a good thing to have. If you die, it's a rock on you screams really loud. The counterpoint there is they might anti-magic or they might whatchamacallit.
Don't the dogs have
silence.
silence?
They heard us talk about silence. So they might send spellcasters, like they have diddlers who can cast spells. Diddlers might be able to cast the spell Silence on a group of guys. However, Operation Life Alert is the trap. Because if we put the alarm system, the constant line alarm system, if we place that tightly enough over the footpaths of Sylvanas, if they attack someone who has an Operation Life Alert tag, it would then coincidentally turn off a node in the lines. See what I'm saying?
So the life alert is the
they're
walking
the
bait, and then the trail is the...
The idea is that
and
Operation Life
Silence
Alert
is 20 feet, which means it wouldn't turn off the node that notices the silence. Because that node would reach 30 feet.
Yeah, basically it would okay, yeah. So like, okay, if hold on. Freehand.
You all can thank Tristan in 2 weeks.
Cool, thanks. So, you got your node 1 here, you have your node 2 here. In between it's 30 feet. So that's the system. It's the 30 feet each. You have your people here. They're at 15 feet.
I don't know what you're drawing on.
You see the little pink dots?
Oh, okay, little dots.
So that's a boob. That's a boob. Those are your rocks, okay? And this is your guy. I tried to make like a hold on, I can make him sit better. This is your guy, okay? They attack Guy and put down a silence bubble of 20 feet. It would only at best take out one of the sensors. It can't take out both, which would double our chance. Well, no, it wouldn't.
Even if it took out both, then sensor over here farther up in the chain would see that this one is taken out and still relay it back.
No, so. It can't. It can only go one way.
Right, but you just have them all going from the outside wall in because you want it reported to the center. Well, it doesn't matter which point.
I guess we could set up. That's another thing. We could actually make quadrants on the alarm.
So you wouldn't even need to do quadrants. You would just do, here's the tree, and then you just do spokes out with a
basically. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant quadrants when I meant sections.
If it's over here, you follow this sound.
You don't have one master endpoint. Basically, what I was thinking at the beginning was, if I get freehand, basically that.
Yeah, you could do a single Nautilus shell, but this way...
Yours is better because it would get better response times.
And I'm assuming, because it's a town laid out around a giant tree, all the roads are kind of probably spokes off of the main tree, so this would just follow the roads.
Or
and we wouldn't have to worry about getting stones, because we could just literally pick paving stones in the damn road to make things.
That's the thing. Well, they have mouths on them, so they wouldn't be inconspicuous.
I was talking about that ghost.
They would be noticeable. It's a rock with a mouth on it.
Do you choose what side the mouth shows up on?
It says a mouth shows up, and then it's what makes the noise. So if it appears on the bottom, nothing would be able to fucking hear it.
No, if it's loose.
It would dampen the noise. But, yeah, what? What, Danny?
This is a note. I just posted a link in Discord. That's about the size of Sylvan Stand.
None of us can open this.
It's a Google map.
I guess anyone but me and Ghost can.
Yeah, but for reference.
Well, this tells me nothing. It doesn't give me... This doesn't give me square footage or mileage.
About a country mile wide.
I mean, we don't even care about the entirety of the city. Like, as long as we know downtownish, like, even if they moved into the outskirts and stuff like that, most of the force is probably going to be around the tree and, like, market area. Like, we only have to cover so much. We don't have to cover all the way out to the boonies.
Well, counterpoint, if they're approaching from the forests, where would we hear them first? Also, if Sylvanstan has enough money to host this giant, like, trade market, I feel like they can afford a detection system that they pay for once and it's here forever.
And it, prevents them from being completely wiped out. I mean, I feel like that'd be something you'd pay for.
Okay, so, Operation Alarm Chain, where if something turns off a node... Okay, now here's the issue. All of these rocks are going to be making noise!
Do we know of any... I mean, they could be making noise, but maybe in a frequency no one can hear.
Now that's where the issue comes in. How do you make a noise in a frequency? Because, okay, the caster, notably, has to speak the message. It has to be the caster. I just popped it out. God damn it. The caster has to be the one to speak the message. We want to get this done as quickly as possible. So how do we... So basically, good job, Ghost. We need to make it in something that isn't conspicuous.
Maybe
So
like a low hum?
Technically, yes, there isn't a perception threshold. It's just, does it exist in 30 feet?
At this point, Eden, like, steps, walks out of the room, comes back with a box.
What's in the box?
He puts it down. It's 200 dog whistles.
Ah. That's a lot of
Bro,
dog whistles.
Do we
Aiden,
have
why
it?
do you have a box of 200
Where's Leaf
dog
Sauce?
Because he
whistles?
has dogs.
He has dogs. What do you mean? Why does he?
Why
have
do you
dog
have
whistles?
200?
Have you seen the size of his
dog
dogs? They
whistles?
probably
Yes, I
eat them
have.
for fun.
Why do you have 200?
They don't like them, so they steal them.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's. I was just gonna be a little confused
There's-
because,
there's-
like,
So listen, there is literally one rule in Sylvanstan that
No
that it's
dog
an unspoken
whistles.
rule. No dog whistles because we have so many druids.
Okay. So
Well, the
it's
druids are gonna
communities.
hate this fucking
So okay, no,
system.
then we can't do that. This needs to be a long-term system that they can then use if we're gonna sell this to Sylvanas. Or they can suck it up and redo it later.
I mean, I'm assuming. So
For
the
the
dog
here
whistle
and
just
now,
produces
to
a
make it
pitch
so-
that you can't handle. Can we just make it music in that frequency where it's like a nice, citywide muzak system?
To be fair, 25 words. The message has to be 25 words. Danny, how do you rule a song that contains 25 words but takes 10 minutes?
Ten notes if it was a song.
Okay, that works. It's just like a little 10-note jingle.
Or no, it'd have to be the same amount, but notes instead of just
25 notes, PogChamp. 25 distinct messages. Or information bits. 25 distinct bits of information. There you go. So it's music for the festival. Composed by one of the master bards here in Sylvanstan.
There you
that
go.
isn't
Yeah, something
Gineye.
that people would not
Master
go crazy
Bard
hearing
Gineye.
nonstop. That's just pleasant
No,
background noise.
master bards that are not Gineye.
Oh, okay.
Gineye does not make music, and we all know this.
Fuck you, I make war. Okay, we set up Operation Dog Catchers with their life alert badges. We set up the Sylvanstan alert system. And then we just have everyone on high alert and constant arms. And that covers the Sylvanstan assault. Now we need to consider the tree assault. Which we could have an alarm system of god-killing metal in the tree, but we still don't know what killed Sylvanas.
And because of time shenanigans, none of them have the memory other than us of the before time.
Okay, so what if we just have Sylvanas out of town?
Can't leave. He has
He
an
is the
avatar,
tree,
but he's
remember?
the tree.
Okay, have him chill in the roots. Down below, really far.
Remember we had that like discussion
I'm
about
assuming,
how
yeah,
weird
if
it
you
is
were to
that,
stab like
potentially
any
his
like
father-in-law is a tree.
random branch of the god-killing tree with the god-killing metal, it wouldn't instantly kill him. It would just stab the branch.
So, okay, here's the real question. The druid spell, it's like tree walk or something, right?
Tree stride.
Tree stride.
Tree stride. He's got the god version of that, yeah?
I mean, yeah. He could simply warp through any planet that is connected to the Earth.
So, hear me out. Doesn't have to be a different tree. Make a bunker room underneath the tree, in like deep under the roots. Like extend the roots down right now,
Eden's
make a
gonna
bunker down
perk
there.
up.
What?
Eden's gonna perk up to that suggestion.
Okay.
If that was the case, and he does have access, I can confirm that.
What?
How did he get caught?
We don't know. We know literally nothing about
We
how
weren't
he died.
there.
And unfortunately, it sounds like I was, and I cannot remember.
So
You and Tay and Sylvanas were all up there fighting, and then Tay and Sylvanas died, and you came down here to punch Lady and got vaporized. And I don't want to do that again.
This would be a whole lot easier if we could just restore their memories.
well, that's not how that works. They weren't there.
The
I
memories
know.
cannot be restored because they haven't
It's-
been made. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Okay, what if?
basically, we just need
Hold up,
Sylvanas
idea.
to tell people where he's being attacked from.
What? Okay, here's my thought process. Sylvanas in a very public place. Okay? He has I check for scrying.
You get. I mean, the
Checking
tiara
again.
asks.
Still no scrying.
We
He, has
can
a,
have.
he casts the contingency spell on himself. The contingency being, if harmed, he casts his version of Tree Stride to move to the safety room.
Do you guys know how long you were out for?
Not a clue. We got hit by
no
a
idea.
ship. I don't think any of us paid attention to the time of day or if it was the same day. Even.
The sky was
we
on
woke
fire.
up
It was
and
hard.
everything was like dying. So we didn't really have a chance to sit down and go, gee, where is the sun at in the
You
sky?
there, boy. What day is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, even better. Describe a circumstance where you describe the circumstance when that it happens. So the circumstance could simply just be someone tries to attack me. It doesn't say you have to be aware of that circumstance. For as I understand it, the spell is aware. So someone tries to attack him, he instantly transports down into the safe room with Tree Stride.
Okay. And then secondary layer. If anything is in the safe room, he teleports to us or Eden.
Guys, I want to let you know this right now.
Mm,
This is Eden talking.
Okay.
yeah.
He can cast spells at will.
But here's the issue. Someone got the jump on him. Which
What is that?
means he needs something to alert him when something that he doesn't know is happening.
Basically, he just needs an instant perfect dodge one time, and then once we know they're there, we can fight.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he can cast at will, yes. But the issue is it's... Okay. In game sense, his passive perception should be fucking infinite, yeah?
Yeah.
So what beats a passive perception of infinity?
Getting outplayed.
If
by
you're
someone
talking
better in
about it-
combat.
Nothing.
So how did he get jumped?
That's the
Yeah.
question.
He might.
That's what
not
really
have been
scares
jumped.
me.
He was in a room with Tay and Eden, and all three of them were beaten to death, if not barely death.
Wait a second.
And here's the thing. Tree Stride, you can take more people with you.
Wait. He was with Eden and Tay, and
Yes.
all
Yeah.
three got their shit kicked.
It was a 3 on however many fight.
When was the last time we saw Tay?
Earlier this morning.
No. In the now dead timeline, the last time we saw him is when Larry was in town, and we had Tay come down and arrest him because he was being a fucking asshole.
I don't think Larry's a bit able to.
Where did Tay go afterwards? He went down to the dungeons. Wouldn't he be down there processing with Larry? How would he have been? Would he have had time to go from Larry back up to Sylvanas to then get attacked?
If he passed him off to just the guards down there to process and went back to business.
Larry wasn't exactly a high threat.
Valid. Okay.
But what you're
fuck
suggesting
is Larry?
is possibly there was a betrayer in the room.
No, not that there was a betrayer. That, like Joe, there was a second Tay.
Fake Tay?
A fake
or a
Tay.
second Ember, or a second literally anyone else in the service staff.
Well, we only know of 3 people in that room.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that you guys should know. God's basically a permanent truceing.
Okay, never mind. That ain't it. Hey, I'll be right back. I walk out of the cart and towards the Sylvanas tree.
Oh,
Okay.
and by the way, you were asking who Larry was. He was the guy from that village that you blew up.
Yeah, and I raise up the 2 daggers. It's that
He
they're
said
brothers.
nasty things to me.
Yeah, he was really.
Yeah, fuck you,
really
Eden.
upset.
Yeah, fuck you, Eden. Sky, that was the first time you've ever heard them like agree.
Dang, they really hate you, Eden.
Hey, your town had halfling slaves, okay?
We also had them on the menu. Yeah, we did.
Sorry,
So,
on
like-
the menu?
So, like,
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
don't,
be honest. I feel like the town deserved to be blown up.
yeah, you don't get to say nasty things to Eden, who shows up and goes, "Hey, this town is an abomination on the face of the earth. Let's just nuke it." And then you sit there and go, "Hey, you screwed up my town." Yeah, he screwed up your town because you guys were a mess.
Eden just like taps on her shoulder. Technically, no, I lost control and I.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Hey. They had halfling slaves. You were in the right.
Moving on. Hey, Sylvanas!
You just watch as like a face appears in the bark.
What would it take to get the jump on you and kill you?
I feel like I don't want to answer that.
Well, I need to know because it's gonna happen.
Roll persuasion.
I have a plus 14.
Okay, the DC was 22. You get the jump on me?
Yeah, like, literally what could?
Nothing. I can see everything within like 100 miles of here.
Wait,
He didn't get
only
jumped.
100 miles?
I said
Wait a minute.
like. I can see clearly like 100 miles, and I can feel everything for 100 miles. Please stop shitting in the woods.
Danny, with my 7, can I remember the guy who was able to... the elf man, Dobby,
Elf
who was
King.
able to snipe from fucking God longer than 100 miles
He
away?
is dead by now.
But can literally anyone else do that?
Also, he was
No.
able to snipe from, like, multiple miles. I think it was like 100 miles.
Hey, can you come
Also,
with us to
fuck
the
you.
cart? You might want to... Hey.
No, that was me saying fuck you for bringing up Hunter King Dobby.
Oh, okay. Hey, could you come to the cart with us? We're having important decisions. Oh, by the way, I'm from the future.
You just watch as like the the armor just walks out of the tree.
Yeah, cool. All right, come on. Hey guys, I brought Sylvanas. I don't know why we didn't bring
you,
him.
and he comes out of the mahogany table with you.
In the cart?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey guys, I got Sylvanas. I don't know why we didn't start with this.
Can you just like hop out of anything that's wood?
Yeah.
Okay, Lay's gonna look at him. We gotta talk about a combo attack later with my wooden sword, but this is more important.
Okay, hi. The four of us are from the future. And I catch him up on everything that's about to happen and everything we've done so far, and the fact that they know about Operation Life Alert.
Okay.
So,
why don't we just mass evacuate?
Would that work?
They'd probably chase us.
They'd figure out where we are at.
Yeah.
My idea is okay.
There is no more secure place in this plane than Sylvan Stand. Just saying.
You're
At least
right.
from my perspective.
So
we know they're coming this time. We
on
just
the
have to
topic
win.
of evacuate, you are the tree. Can you just take the tree with you?
Unfortunately, no. The tree is me.
Then yeah, we don't want to evacuate because the whole goal is to keep you from dying.
Technically, I'm in the very core of it.
Because whatever it was that we ran into definitely killed you.
Wait, you're in the very core? Like, if someone wanted to kill you, they'd need to get into the core?
So I can move the core throughout the tree. So...
But is that the only place you're actually vulnerable?
That is my only vulnerable spot is my true
Move
body.
that shit as deep as you can.
So someone got into that core. That's how you were dealt with.
And how you didn't notice it happening because you were distracted.
Could the person that went in there have been Lilith?
She was out the entire time.
No,
that was the screamy lady.
That was the caster.
Oh.
We didn't see Lilith.
And she was...
But if anyone has a grudge against Sylvanas and Tay and Eden, it would be Lilith.
And also, she's one of the very short list that could handle one or three of them.
Because of this, I would like to invite everyone again to roll another history check.
Yay!
Mixing up history here.
12!
10!
10, 12,
I
13,
got
14.
one!
Ghost, as you begin to say this, you think, wait a minute, that's not right. We never saw Lilith. We saw the caster.
You literally just said that.
No, you guys were saying you saw it. You saw
Lilith. We were saying we saw the caster
Lilith
lady.
would be the one.
Okay, I was mishearing.
Finishing off Sylvanas while we were dealing with the caster.
Like Ghost literally just said that if anyone would be able to go toe to toe with one or three of them, it would be her.
She appeared shortly after Eden and Tay fell.
And she's the one with a grudge against them.
Would she be able to hide her presence from you?
I don't think I would know of how, but...
I mean, she's avoided detection for how long?
It's a possibility.
Like, I know Eden spent, 2 years looking for her? And couldn't find her.
She's
okay,
obviously...
who are you talking about?
Eve.
And
okay,
Eve became Lilith, right?
No,
we're not talking about the caster!
We're not talking about the caster, we're talking about Lilith!
The caster's the one who came down after Tay and Eden fell from the tree.
Motherfucker, you said Lilith.
You said Lilith.
You guys can...
Okay, everyone stop! Eve, bad girl sister of Eden, is now Lilith, right?
Correct.
Potentially.
Lilith
more likely
is probably who attacked Sylvanas. In this situation that we're talking about, is probably the one that attacked Sylvanas, attacked the core, attacked Eden, attacked them, and she probably did it with the help of the caster.
No.
Because the caster was there from the beginning of the fight. They were hovering.
The caster is the one that descended
after
after
the dogs fight.
See, I was saying hypothetically...
Tay and Eden fell.
I was saying hypothetically that she had been there because if anyone has a grudge, it's her. And second of all, if anyone is going to go after them, it would probably be her.
She was
So-
there. She took 5s.
She did take.
That's
Wait,
right,
she broke into the cart.
He
didn't
was the
she?
one in the cart.
Which
But
does
that-
leave
was
time.
Was the
But
cart
the cart-
after?
The
Was
cart is connected to Tay's office.
Is it?
Yes, there's a door in Tay's office that connects to the cart. Remember?
That's if you grab Eden's toes. That's to the doggy plane.
We used that door multiple times.
But at points, but it's not open right now. The door is situated
Oh,
in the where it is right now.
Yeah, because the door opens.
I thought the door was in Tay's office because it was for a bit there.
No,
It
the
was,
only
but it's not there
static
now.
door. Yeah, the only static door is on the cart.
Okay.
But could there be time to do what she did in the cart, or do what she did in the tree, and during all the chaos while we were knocked out, or no, she did it. Eden and Tay fell during combat.
Yeah.
After
So-
we woke back up. So
So
Chip
attack
hits,
happens.
we go
She
out.
attacks. She attacks when the attack happens. During the time we're knocked out, she gets the upper hand. Somehow launches Eden and Tay out of there and attacks Sylvanas and kills him. And then she goes to the cart. Is there time for that?
No, the cart had to be either before or simultaneously.
So no, Lilith. She couldn't have. Lilith at least couldn't have done that because she was after Fives.
Now hold on.
Because Fives has a coin.
I could be wrong about this, but I do vaguely remember reading some magic about creating a copy of yourself.
Simulacrums, they're not as strong. There's no way a simulacrum of her would have been able to beat Fives.
Do we know that though? We don't know her full.
Oh, hey, you know what? You guys have
potential.
5s as active coin.
Do we?
Yeah, she killed 5s. 5s
Oh,
was defending the
shit.
kids. She killed the big 5s from the bad timeline.
Ah.
Simulacrums normally can't regain expended spell slots. Duplicate creatures are partially formed of ice and snow. It can take actions those affected by normal creatures. Appears to be the same as original, but it has half the creature's health and is formed without any equipment. So it has half as much HP as her. It doesn't have any of her equipment, and it doesn't regain any spell slots. I don't think that could take out Fives. Fives and PogChamp? No.
Maybe if it was the caster, but not Lilith.
Like, it fought Fives and PogChamp, and won. A Simulacrum just couldn't do that.
Mm.
So that had to be the bona fide real Lilith, which means Lilith was not attacking Sylvanas.
All right. I'm corrected.
Okay, well,
So then who the
thing
fuck
is,
attacked Sylvanas?
But it might
Caster?
not matter. Like, it gives us some hints about, like, what to expect to guard against. But
But
this
the issue
time,
is-
we don't have a giant explosion going to happen that will, distract during the attack and knock half the
Sylvanas.
foes out.
Could you just go to your core and shield it? Cut off all access to it? And
Take
Can
a
you
well-earned vacation.
can you move it at will?
I can move its location, but it still has to be an entrance to the tree. It's
Though
a
there-
place of worship.
and then people can't take off for a fucking day?
I can move its tunnel, but I can't change its actual shape.
So, okay, the core is specifically in the smack dab middle of the tree. You couldn't move it down into the roots.
It grabs your forehead,
Okay,
and you see yourself walking down a tunnel
okay.
into a room with it looks to be the base stem of the tree with an elven figure carved into it.
I assumed it was going to be a beating wooden heart, not going to lie. So you can't move that. You can't move it to a different part of the tree. It is in a
No,
fixed
he said
position.
he could move the core.
He can change the tunnel. He can't change where it is.
There has to be an access to it. He can
Okay.
close it off, but it's still an open cavern.
That's fine, because What you then do... Okay, let me illustrate.
Decoy
'Cause
tunnels.
You can freely shape the inside of your tree, correct?
Yes.
So, we have... this ball, that's your core. It's in the tree. So zoom out if you're zoomed in. That's the core, okay? And let's say the tunnel normally goes to there. What you do is, instead of having the tunnel be like that, you have the tunnel do a small, like, bridge, and then make a cavern around your core, okay? Have an open space around the core. Then you put a wall of force, other style of warding. We know that a wall of force shield worked, because that's what they did in the future. They did a weird wall of force thing that they had constantly up, and it kept the things out of a small region until it had until we breached it and then had a lot charge at once. So it would work as an early defense system. Then you're in there guarding it because you're a god. This is you're that weird crinkly line. And then you have a caster with you who can use a communication spell. Okay? They will then communicate out to someone who is a relay, who will then tell everyone if bad shit is trying to get in the core. And because you have a wall of force, and you're behind obfuscations, no one should be able to stop you from sending a message out.
And
Here's
they wouldn't
the thing.
expect it if you had decoy tunnel.
That's like,
Here's
you could
the thing,
have
though.
this...
fake core.
If
Okay.
I was in a room with both Eden and Tay, and something tried to burst in, first off, I would see it bursting in. And second off, I would just move us at will.
But what if it wants to attack your core, where you're vulnerable?
Even then, I can move that at will.
Well, then we don't know how you actually died the last time.
Is there no possible way to even look back into that timeline?
Hey, yo, one sec! I pull up my fucking smartphone, and I
Okay.
dial Kagi. Kagi?
That doesn't work.
He is the god of time! Fuck you, it doesn't!
Isn't he reliving Nam or something at the moment?
And
Yeah.
they have to be on the same plane as you. My phone is ringing and no one's picking up.
No!
Unfortunate.
He's not a god, he's just a fucking... He's a Fey Lord, if anything.
Gineye, was that lady from space a god, do you think?
I try ringing the duck lady in space.
Is she a god?
Is she?
Danny, I think you know the answer is yes.
I don't know what calling her would get you.
I get to ask her 3 questions.
She picks up like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, it's Gineye. You exist out of time, so you remember me. Danny said so. I need to see into the timeline that we erased. How do I do that?
I don't know.
It's not very helpful.
But you exist out of time.
Out of your time, I exist in my time perfectly fine.
So you can't, like, look into the other time that flows into your time?
No.
Okay. Hold up. You exist out of our time, which implies that all time flows into your time.
Sure.
So, can you come grab me real quick?
No.
Can you? Why not?
Because I'm nowhere near you.
Okay, so you can't do that. But can you go quick talk to Sylvanus' dead ghost and ask him what killed him?
Who the fuck is Okay,
He's-
first off, he was unraveled. There was nothing left of him.
Can you go to our sphere and cast Speak with Plants on the husk of the tree and ask what killed Sylvanus?
I'm guessing fire. He's a tree.
I don't think you understand how the sphere thing worked. You are in a self-contained bubble. You taking that little goat man and doing things on your time reverted the sphere, not the time flow itself.
Oh, so you're saying all those people who are dead from, like, the space station and the planet, they're all dead still?
Yes, they were kidnapped. We don't know who was dead and who was not.
Then, counterpoint! How did we send Sky back in time?
Because he was on the sphere when you guys did it. He had a clear entrance and exit point, so he was sent back.
I hang up the phone. Duck Lady's no help.
I don't know who she is, but I figured she wouldn't be. Also, I'm guessing fire is not the reason that Sylvanus got burned up or died, but my brain's just going, fire is probably bad.
Decoy.
Decoy?
Decoy. Can we do a decoy?
I mean, he splits his... Like, I am a decoy.
Yeah, I meant of your core.
The most I can create is another avatar. I can't create a second core.
No, I'm not saying create a second core. I'm saying make something that looks like your core.
That core thing looks like a mitochondria.
You just watch like the armor changes to look like the thing sitting on the throne.
Hear me out. I hate you.
I'm taking inspiration.
Hear me out.
What?
Hear me out.
Taking inspiration.
Oh, I got inspiration.
Okay, hear me out. Non-detection. For the duration, you hide a target you touch from divination magic. The target can be a willing creature, or a place, or an object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. The target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. Would that be enough to hide the signature, the energy of your core?
Roll me a d20. Potentially, if there was a lot of it.
Like, if you had a bunch of people casting that on your core at once, and then maintaining it because it only lasts 8 hours, or we could put a lot of the fucking necklaces on. I can go get 20 real quick.
You just feel like wearing a whole lot of necklaces, Sylvanus?
Now, hear me out. We do that, we move your core to somewhere stupid. Then, we put a decoy core out there, and we make it look like it. We do something to make it look like your juice is there.
As a note, the core cannot leave the premise of the tree.
It doesn't need to. We just need to put it down, like, into the roots, and then have the core, the fake core, the distraction core, where you would normally put the core and have it, still, because it's a place of worship. So have the directions, have the signage, whatever, point towards the fake core, put the real core down in the roots underground and hidden, have people casting non-detection on it so it doesn't get shown, and then we make the fake core look like the real core to someone who would be in any way we can think to look for it. Because they found it somehow which could be they just followed the signs, or... And I stopped for a second. We don't know if they found the core.
We don't. We don't know anything. We are flying completely blind here.
By the way, Ghost and Sky, you guys haven't said it a lot in the last 5 minutes. Each of you roll a d20.
Oh.
Ghost the saving grace. Okay. Thank you.
Why is Ghost the saving grace?
He picked low.
Those monks who can sit in shadows, how many of them we got?
A lot.
Can we just have them all sit in your shadow? Like every single one of them?
As you watch 5 climb out of the shadow. I mean, we're
Yeah,
already
yeah, yeah. I meant more. I meant all of them.
I mean, we could try.
Didn't they beat you up?
Like,
Didn't
yeah,
they beat you up
yeah, they
tonight?
kicked my ass. Who best? Who best to have kick the ass of someone who can kill a god? So there's the 3 of you. Just stuff your shadows full of the dudes. And just have them walk with you, and then you do what you would normally do, and then when shit goes bad, there's however many monks who can punch real good.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the things we know is we know that somehow you lose.
It could just be, that could just
And
be
the
a
dogs
moment
will
of
show up.
surprise. Someone might run up to you and stab you with a knife.
You all begin to hear loud footsteps coming towards you guys.
Is it 5s?
No,
Is it every monk?
it's Johann.
Oh.
Son?
I thought he
Father,
was the
my
ship.
son is dead.
What?
What?
As
Oh.
he comes in carrying the caster that you guys brought back with you. Valve 3, if you remember him.
Yeah. Spooky,
What
robotic
happened?
dude. Yeah.
A shadow reached out and twisted his neck.
But he's a
Well-
robot!
As you look, there's an intense hand grip. Like you've heard the joke of the kung fu hand grip.
They just broke all the wiring inside his
Literally,
neck. Okay.
it has his head twisted it, and there's an intense handwork.
Can we
Um,
fix him? Also, if it's just a shadow doing that, does that mean the attack has begun and we've been sitting here planning the whole time?
I walk outside. Is everything on fire?
Nope. It is the middle of the day.
How many days? We have 3 days to do this, right?
Yep.
So we're only in the middle of day 1.
Yeah.
Just a random kind of assassination, you know?
You guys remember that he was really powerful.
Yeah.
Um,
He was the one that captured.
I was in a ball for I don't know how many years, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here with my hand raised.
Yeah?
Could whatever did that do whatever it did to Sylvanas?
Hey, Sylvanas, does that look like it could kill you?
No, as he puts his hand out, is like, turn it over. Sky, There's
Which
another
one?
there's another orb of light on him.
He was being scryed on. Is the orb still there?
Oh yeah, it's hovering around Johann.
Hey, Johann's being scryed on.
Gosh darn it!
I
Time to
move
give Johann some
Zuradar.
blame.
I pick up Zuradar and I put him within 10 feet of Johann. Does that dissolve the orb like this should?
No, you just watch as it moves away, and now it's running around inside the cage.
Okay, so we need to get Johann a necklace. No one say anything for a while.
Hey, cunt!
It turns and looks at you.
Do you want to talk, maybe?
He keeps looking. It
Like-
sees one of the kids.
Okay,
No, you do not look at the children.
you leave the children alone.
He watches
Listen,
it.
listen.
Dawn, you say that, it looks at you, and disappears.
Okay,
I
get
am
next for all
so
the children
sorry.
and
I
Yoda.
throw the
Get it-
nearest
get it-
mug at Jemima.
Get a necklace for everyone. Everyone needs a necklace now.
Dawn, you could literally see like the evil look in the eye as it did that.
Did I dodge the mug?
Yes, you did.
Okay, new idea. Who wants to go on a vacation?
We can't. We
I
can't
didn't-
pick up
I wasn't talking to
Sylvanas'
you.
tree.
I wasn't talking to you. I grabbed the children.
Where are they going on a vacation to?
Yeah. Shut up and wait a second.
You're not taking the children
I'm
and
calling
throwing them
Monty.
in some kind of...
Hello?
Do I trust Monty?
Monty,
with
can you
children?
babysit?
What's in it for me?
Specimens.
You can have more of me if you want.
Agreed.
I'm holding them now. Come get them. They're also the things you're babysitting.
You watch as Sylvanas also goes and touches your head. Hey, Monty, you're also taking all my population of civilians. Thanks, bye, as he force hangs up on you.
Specimens!
And then,
That's a lot.
and then a Terran reality absorbs the children out of my hands.
You just watch as they all turn to
children!
dust.
Oh, they got Thanos?
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Kids are safe. You're
Did
welcome.
you just... What?
Kids are safe. You're welcome.
Hey,
Now they're not a
hey,
concern.
Ghost. Do me a favor, just you know who would remember this? Because you
Did
did
I
explain.
just-
You explained everything. One thing that you guys all forgot.
Mm-hmm.
The caster literally has an anti-life aura.
Oh.
That her first thing was to cast mass heal.
And that's how she killed everyone.
Because a bunch of civilians only have 1 HP each.
Okay. So
Well, it's good that we don't have the civilians are on vacation with Monty. Like it's a party
they're
at
on
Monty's.
vacation in quotation marks. Okay.
I'm giving you
Deny.
that one as a freebie.
Gineye,
Yeah?
did you have him kill the children?
What? No.
Gineye?
They're specimens
No,
now.
no specimens.
Did
They'll be slightly
said they-
tested on.
you said they they went dusty?
Yeah, how else do you think you teleport?
He's the god of trickery.
How else do you think you teleport?
If
I
I
thought he
don't
was the
get
god
those
of
children
magic.
back in
I
one
thought-
piece, I'm going to
He
go
was the
mental.
god of magic.
No, he's the god of trickery.
I'm going to be very upset if those children don't come back in one piece.
Technically, he's the drow god of trickery, to be exact.
Okay, moving on. Okay. Got the civilians out. We've got Operation Silence Alarm.
Are we all just gonna hole up in Sylvanas' whatever?
We're gonna
and
shove
just-
Sylvanas' shadow full of dudes.
I was saying, since we've got all the civilians out and everything, do we need to huddle up around Sylvanas and be there to, like, beat up whatever shows up?
I mean, we should huddle around the new core and then just get teleported to him in the case of an attack.
Yeah, make it look more legit, like we're defending the core.
Because they know that we know they're attacking. So if we're guarding something, it would look like we're trying to stop the attack.
Okay, now back to the question. Now we're not being scried on, right?
Yep, you're clear.
Because Johan stepped outside. Okay. So, can we make a fake core look like the real core to anyone who would look for it? Could we make it radiate God energy while not being your source?
Could we have your current suit of armor as a radiant decoy point.
Okay, that's actually a good
Maybe?
point. What if it'll take you out of the fight, but what if you just focus on... Okay, tell me if this is how it works. The core is your power. You put power into your avatar.
Technically, no.
No.
Technically, the core is my physical body.
And you're
My
putting...
power exists outside of the plane that I then project into an avatar.
So does your core make any signature of you?
It radiates with the same energy as an avatar.
So...
It's my physical anchor to the plane.
So
We
if you
put
shape
your-
an avatar like a fake core statue,
Here's the thing. The avatars have the same signature as the core.
Exactly. So...
They're already identical. No one
Exactly.
should
So
be able to tell the difference.
So you take an avatar, you slap it down in the fake core room, make it look like the core, visually, so that way if they're scrying for visual instead of just signatures, they see the core and us defending it. And can you have more than one avatar at a time?
I can have up to 3.
Would that make it look wrong?
Hmm?
If you had 2 avatars out, but one of them looks like the core physically, would it still be convincing?
The appearance doesn't matter. The core can look like anything. It's just...
But that's what I mean, like the signature. If we're assuming, we're trying to cover both bases. They're either finding it via physically looking for it, like scrying for an area, or they're finding it by scrying for an energy.
well, we just have his... So he has one avatar at that moment in time. It is looking like the core, and then when they attack it, it just transitions into his suit of armor avatar.
No. Here's what I'm
joins
thinking.
the fight.
Here's what I'm thinking. 2 avatars. One avatar is the fake core. We're guarding it instead of being out in the festival.
Okay.
The second one is doing everything he would normally do.
Okay, he's pretending to be the avatar's avatar, so they don't expect there to be...
That way they don't think there's 2. They think there's the core and there's an avatar, not that there's a core and 2 avatars.
Yeah, that sounds solid. And the second avatar, that's the fake core, if they attack the core, you could pop your third one out of it and join the fight, or whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, you can easily join the fight with us, or if they attack you, the avatar who's the core can tell us.
Ooh, that's the message system, because you could talk to yourself, and then you wouldn't have to worry about like spell blocking, because it's just you talking to yourself.
Because like
I mean,
you can
that's
do
about
2
as good of
mouths,
a plan,
I
I
can
think,
do
as we're
2
gonna
mouths,
come
and I'm
up
just a
with.
weird freak.
That's for sure.
Like, with the knowledge we have of what happened...
Obviously, the festival's canceled. So, Sylvanas, you know an attack is coming. You know someone's going to try and get the drop on you. What would you do if we didn't tell you about this fake core bullshit?
He'd probably be coordinating the groups and stuff.
Yeah.
You broke Sylvanas.
Danny?
I'm sorry. I missed the question completely. I'm cutting out a little bit.
As I said,
Given an attack was coming, Sylvanas knew it was coming, but he didn't do all of this weird shit that we're doing. What would Sylvanas be doing?
That's what his
That's what
avatar
his-
decoy needs to be doing.
That's what his...
My normal procedures.
Yep, do
That's
your
what you
normal
need to be
stuff.
doing. Then we need to have a second avatar who's shaped like the core in the fake core room. Well, the real core is down in the roots with a stupid long winding passageway and covered in non-detection.
Okay.
Then we go from there. Because we don't know what's coming other than really big dogs and other dog and Lilith and the caster.
Also, we should probably mention to Ember that the super dangerous room of all the dangerous artifacts may need to be, locked.
Hardcore.
Or distributed.
Either or, yes.
Counterpoint, distributed. When are you going to use the Staff of Power word to kill, if not to kill an army of invading monsters?
That have more than 100 HP. Got it.
Okay, you do a blanket damage and get them under 100, and then you power word kill them.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're pulling Ember into the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Which, pat him down for scrying.
Sylvanas grabs him and pulls him into the Zoom call.
Is he being scryed?
No, he's not. He's literally sitting like a bathrobe with like.
He was shaving his
on.
legs. He was shaving his legs.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, Ember.
He puts the whetstone down. Just like waves his hands and his good-looking clothes appear.
Hey, Ember.
Hello.
Gee, you could just sit here in your bathrobe.
Sylvanstan is going to be attacked in 2.5 days. We set up a defense plan. We need every wizard, bard, and cleric, and everyone who can cast magic mouth to set up a special defense net. We need people to cast non-detection constantly on the core of Sylvanas. We need to set up a fake core with us defending it, and then we need also we need Sylvanas.
Your favorite toys from your room.
Yeah, all the good shit that you don't let people use, just give it out. Just distribute it, and so we don't all die.
Sylvanas says, "It's okay. We're going to do it." It's like, oh no. Okay.
I feel like he's not going to be happy about giving out the good stuff.
Also, and I show him the orb that I've been using to scry. Yeah, thanks for letting me borrow this. I committed a war crime with it.
You just see as he like looks at Tay. He goes over, pats him down, reaches down his shirt, pulls out a flask.
Side note, could he help? Pointing to the orb, could he help?
Tay, I thought we stopped drinking.
I don't know where he got that from.
Please tell me that's water.
He opens it, takes a sip. Vinegar.
Ember!
Tay Rados, why do you have a flask of vinegar?
Ember!
Cooking some noodles.
Ember!
Yes.
Why are you cooking with vinegar? Ember, I point to the orb. Could he help?
I forget who's in the orb.
You know who's in the orb.
Who's in the orb?
It has 4 legs.
Orb.
I've honestly forgotten who's in the orb.
I poked you with it.
Oh, you poked me in teams. No. No, for Sky's sanity, no.
What sanity?
Oh.
What sanity?
Wait, no. Who?
Orb Horse would not help here.
I thought he got sent to back home.
No, that was the Spirit of the River.
I might kill just the party if he, yeah.
Who do you think Soul's trapped in this scrying orb? Why do you think he keeps yelling at us when we steal it?
Technically, it's his corpse.
That's worse.
I can just feel Sky going a little insane over in his corner.
Anyway.
Was there anything else we're gonna organize?
I think we're pretty organized. Like, that was nearly 2 hours worth of planning from whatever knowledge we had, and I think we've got a lot of the angles covered. Like,
I hope. I don't want to have to, like...
I mean, a good plan goes out the window in the first 5 minutes anyway, but...
I don't want to have to, like...
Ghost, why do you have to say that, Ghost?
Do time travel shenanigans again.
It's a famous saying, no plan survives first contact.
There you go, that's a way better phrasing than mine, but...
Because we have people here that really need to not die.
Yeah.
Look, and if everything goes bad, we just go to Vietnam, we grab Kagi, and we do it again.
Can do it again?
He took the scroll! We have no way to get to Kagi!
We can figure out how to get to Vietnam, okay?
That's huh.
That's a
Let's
phrase.
just
That's a
not have that
statement.
happen. We just have to handle things.
Okay. So, you guys take the time over the next 2 days and set up your plan and get ready. And next time we'll begin with day 3 at dusk.
Dun dun dun.
Don't you mean
Mhm.
dawn?
No, at dusk.
Okay.
The attack happened at dusk.
It
Oh
did.
shit, so we were out for a long ass time.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you next time.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye bye.